Welcome. This is not just another video. This is your wake-up call, your mirror, and maybe your first step toward finally feeling alive again. Because today, we're not going to talk about surface-level things. We're going to uncover the real reasons you feel tired all the time, even after 8 hours of sleep. Even when you rest, even when everything seems fine. You see, tiredness is not just about your body. It's about your mind. It's about your soul silently screaming for help. This video is different. It's not motivational fluff. It's not a bunch of do that advice. These are deeply researched, psychology-backed, and real-world proven truths collected from science, from therapy room, from stories of people just like you who smiled in front of others, but cried quietly in their rooms at night, not knowing why they felt so exhausted, so lost, so done with everything. You're not weak. You're not lazy. You're not broken. But maybe, just maybe, no one ever told you these truths before. And that ends today because in the next few minutes, you will discover 14 brutal truths that explain exactly why you feel this way. And for each one, I will give you the solution that no one taught us in school. The solution that can bring your energy back. Not just in your body, but in your heart, your mind, your entire life. This is your moment. This is your chance to restart everything. And by the end of this video, I promise, you won't just feel less tired. You'll feel seen, understood, and ready to rebuild yourself the right way. So take a deep breath, because what you're about to hear could change the way you live forever. This video will wake you up, improve your life and your English. So watch till the end and don't forget to subscribe. Let's begin. Truth 1. You're not mentally exhausted, you're emotionally empty. Let me explain this in a way no one ever told you before. Most people think they're tired because they worked too much or didn't get enough sleep. But the real reason they feel tired is because their heart is tired, not their muscles, not their brain. Their emotional world is drained. You're not tired because of what you did today. You're tired because of what you've been carrying for years. Think about it. How many times have you smiled when you were hurting? How many times have you said, "I'm fine," when deep down you were falling apart? How many times have you swallowed your anger, your sadness, your pain just to avoid being too much for others? That emotional weight builds up. And you know what? It doesn't just disappear. It sits inside your chest like a stone, heavy, silent, invisible to the world. But it's the reason you can't even get out of bed some mornings. Imagine a phone that looks 100% charged, but inside, 20 apps are secretly running, draining the battery every second. That's you. You wake up with 8 hours of sleep, but still feel tired. Why? Because you've got grief, guilt, anger, fear, memories, regrets running in the background of your mind 24/7. Nobody sees them, but you carry them every single day. The solution: you don't need more sleep. You need emotional release. Here's how you start healing. Write it out. Every night, take 5 minutes to write everything you felt that day. Not what you did, but what you felt. Not "I worked hard, but I felt ignored." I felt scared. I felt proud. Let your emotions come out. Don't let them rot inside you. Stop bottling everything. Find one person, like a friend, a journal, your own voice, and say out loud what's skilling your energy. You don't need to fix it. You just need to let it out. Cry, yes. Let yourself break down. And because emotional energy is real energy, and when it stays stuck, it poisons your system. You're not lazy, you're just tired of holding it all in. Tired of being strong every day. Tired of being everything for everyone while being nothing for yourself. And unless you heal your emotions, you can sleep 10 hours and still feel like you haven't rested at all. You don't just need sleep, you need release. You need emotional freedom, and it starts right now by being honest with yourself. Truth 2, you wake up without a reason. Let me ask you something that most people are afraid to face. Why do you wake up every morning? Is it because you're excited about your day or because you have no other choice? Be honest, most people don't wake up for a dream. They wake up for a deadline, for pressure, for obligation, They open their eyes not because they're excited to live, but because they have to pay bills, reply to emails, please others, or just keep going so they don't fall behind. This isn't life. This is And here's the brutal truth. Nothing drains your energy faster than living a life that doesn't excite you. Even if you sleep 8 hours, even if you eat healthy, even if you do everything right, if you don't have a real reason and to wake up, you will always feel tired. Because energy doesn't only come from food. It comes from purpose. Imagine a car that has a full tank of fuel, but no destination. It just drives in circles. Day after day, same roads, same turns, same traffic. Eventually, even if the engine is perfect, it will wear out. That's you. You wake up, you go to work, you eat, you scroll, hours leap, repeat. But there's no dream you're chasing, no goal that excites your soul, no vision that makes you jump out of bed. So, your body says, what's the point of getting up? And that's why you feel tired, not physically, but spiritually defeated. The hidden cost. When you don't have every small problem feels 10 times heavier. You start avoiding. You feel guilty but numb. You start thinking, maybe I'm broken, booty or not broken. You're just not aligned with the vision for your life. The solution? You don't need to have a perfect dream. You don't need to know your 5-year plan. But you must have a reason to wake up. Here's how to find it. Do one small thing every morning for yourself. Not your boss, not your partner, not society, just you. It could be writing, learning a new skill, planning a side hustle, stretching, walking, drawing, meditating. Just give yourself 20 minutes of your own time every single morning. Ask yourself, if I died in 1 year, what would I regret never doing? The answer to that question is your starting point. Not your destination, but your direction. Start building a why. Maybe your why is to be free, to help people, to build something, to take care of your family, to prove something to yourself. It doesn't matter what it is as long as it's real. When you have a reason, even tired days feel worth it. When you have no reason, even easy days feel pointless. You're not tired because what you do. You're tired because you don't know why you're doing it. Build a reason. And your energy will follow, because when your soul is excited, your body listens. Truth 3, you're always connected, but never present. This is one of the most modern, dangerous reasons behind and most people don't even know it's happening. Let's break it down simply. You check your phone within 5 minutes of waking. You scroll when you eat. You text while talking. You watch YouTube, but your mind is somewhere else. You fall asleep with Netflix playing, and then you wonder, why am I so mentally exhausted? It's because you're never truly present. Your brain is like a browser with 100 tabs open. It's overstimulated, overinformed, and underrested. The brain was never designed to consume so much without a break. And here's the brutal truth. You're not tired because you worked hard. You're tired because you never gave your mind a single moment of real silence. Think of your brain like a sponge. If you keep dipping it in different colored water, red, blue, black, green, yellow, again without squeezing it out, eventually it becomes muddy. That's your mind. You fill it with TikTok, Instagram, YouTube Shorts, DMS, comments, reels, ads, news, arguments of every hour, but you never squeeze it out. You never give it silence. So you don't just feel tired. You feel foggy, forgetful, unmotivated, like you can't focus on anything. And you think something's wrong with you, but it's not you. It's your lack of stillness. The solution, you need to disconnect to reconnect. Here's how. Start your day without your phone. For the first 30 minutes. No scrolling, just breathe, stretch, write plan, sit. Let your mind enter the day slowly, not with chaos. Take 2 mental showers every day. 1 in the afternoon, 1 before sleep. Just 10 minutes of nothing. No music, no talking, no screen. Sit in silence. Let your mind flush itself clean. Single task, more. Eat without watching something. Walk without headphones. Talk to someone with full attention. These moments restore mental clarity. You are not just what you eat. You are what you consume mentally. If you feed your brain noise all day, don't be surprised when you feel tired, confused, and anxious. Stillness is not a luxury. It's survival. You don't need more content. You need more clarity. And clarity comes from one thing: presence, truth. For you don't move your body, so energy doesn't move inside you. You're not tired because your body is broken. You're tired because your energy is stuck. In today's world, you wake up and sit. You go to work and sit. You come home and sit, then scroll, then sit again. And your body, it was never designed for this. Your body was made to move, to stretch, to bend, to run, to jump, to lift, to feel alive. But instead, it's stuck, stiff, silent, weak, and heavy. So even if you sleep, even if you rest, you still feel tired because nothing inside you is flowing. Imagine a river. If it flows, it stays clean, alive, beautiful. But if it stops moving, what happens? It turns muddy. It smells. It becomes still and dead. Your body is that river. When you don't move, your blood, your oxygen, your hormones, your breath, they all become stuck. And stuck energy equals stuck emotions. Equals tired soul. What happens when you don't move? Oxygen doesn't reach your brain equals foggy thoughts. Lungs don't expand fully equals shallow breath equals low energy. Muscles weaken equals posture collapses equals you feel lazy. Lymph system slows down equals more toxins in your body. Happy hormones, like a dopamine, serotonin, stop flowing. You feel tired even after sleep, because your system is stagnant. The solution, you don't need to go tough gym. You don't need to lift heavy. You don't need to run 10 miles. You just need to move every single day. Start with 5 minutes. Walk outside. Dancito, 1 song. Do jumping jacks. Stretch your body. Let your joints open. Let your breath deepen. Let energy wake up again. Move first thing in the morning before phone, before coffee, before scrolling. Even just 3 minutes of movement will change your entire energy. Don't move to lose weight. Move to feel. Stop seeing movement as punishment. See it as permission to take back control of your energy. You're not lazy. You're not broken. You're just still for too long. Your body is begging you to reconnect. Move, flow, breathe, stretch, dance, walk. Reclaim your energy by using the gift of movement. Because energy doesn't come from sitting and waiting. It comes from doing even a little every day. Truth 5. Your diet is killing your energy. This is the most ignored truth in the world because nobody wants to admit how deeply their food choices are destroying their life. You think you're tired because of work or sleep or stress, but maybe you're tired because of what's on your plate. Let's be brutally honest. You eat sugary snacks, fast food, greasy takeout, too much coffee, processed garbage, late-night junk, skipped meals, emotion-driven snacks. And then, you wonder, why do I have no energy? Why can't I focus? Why do I always feel heavy, slow, foggy? It's because your body is running on trash. You can't expect high energy from low-quality fuel. Imagine putting cheap, dirty gasoline in a Ferrari. It might run, but it will break down, slow down, and eventually stop working. That's your body. You were born to be sharp, focused, powerful. But when you feed its yuga chemicals and trash every day, you're not resting. You're poisoning your system. And tiredness is just one of the symptoms. What bad food does to your body? Spikes blood sugar equals energy crashes. Increases inflammation equals brain fog. Messes with your gut equals anxiety. Depression, slows digestion equals heaviness. Overworks the liver equals low immunity. Starves your brain equals low focus. Affects your mood, hormones, sleep, and this isn't just about food. This is about life, energy, the solution. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to eat 100% clean. You don't need to diet like a fitness model. But you do need to respect your energy. Drink water before anything else. Most people are tired simply because they're dehydrated. Start your day with water, not caffeine, not sugar. Eat like your future depends on it is because it does. Add one real food to every meal. Fruits, vegetables, nuts, eggs, whole grains, anything that your great-grandparents would recognize as food. Cut the poison that drains you. You already know what it is. The daily soda, the junk you eat when you're sad, the 2 a.m. sugar binge. Remove one of them this week. Just one, then another. Eat with presence, not distraction. Sit, breathe, taste. Let your body connect to the act of eating. That alone improves digestion and clarity. You are not just what you eat. You are what your body does with what you eat. And if you feed your body with chaos, don't be surprised when it gives you exhaustion. Food is not just fuel. It is energy, mood, focus, vitality, and life force. Feed yourself like you actually want to feel alive. Because when you start eating better, you don't just get your health back, you get your power back. Brutal truth 6. You're not tired. You're disconnected from who you really are. This is one of the most soul-crushing truths, but also the most life-changing, if you're brave enough to face it. You're in it tired because you're weak. You're not tired because you need a vacation. You're tired because you've become a stranger to yourself. You don't remember the last time you felt inspired, felt deeply connected, felt genuinely excited about something, felt proud of who you are. Because somewhere along the way, you stopped listening to your own voice. You stopped doing what made you feel alive. You stopped chasing what made your eyes sparkle. You stopped pidcreting. You stopped dreaming. You stopped being you. And now, every day, you wear clothes you didn't choose. You speak words you don't feel. You walk paths you never wanted. And you wonder why your energy is gone. Imagine a bird born to fly high, but every day it walks like a chicken. It forgets it has wings. It forgets what the sky feels like. It forgets what freedom tastes like. That bird isn't tired because it flew too much. It's tired because it's not doing what Teat was born to do. That's what happens when you lose connection with your inner self. You don't just feel bored, you feel empty. And no amount of rest can fix that emptiness. Because rest heals a body, but only alignment heals a soul. Disconnection from your real self leads to confusion about what you want, shame for being different, chronic self-doubt, loss of passion, emotional numbness, constant feeling of being tired even when you do nothing. The solution: you must return to yourself. Not the version they made you, not the version you perform for others, but the real, raw, messy, wild, powerful you. Remember what made you feel alive as a child. Was it painting, writing, building things, exploring nature? Do it again. Now, even for 10 minutes, write a letter to yourself. Ask, what do you miss about me? What do you wish I would stop doing? What would make you proud of me again? Stop abandoning your needs to please people who don't see you. Their approval is not worth your soul. You're noticeed from doing too much. You're exhausted from not doing what lights up. Reconnect, reignite, return home to yourself, because yourself is still waiting for you, and your energy will come back the moment you stop living a lie. Truth 7. Your sleep is broken even if you don't know it. Now, let's talk about what most people think is the main cause of tiredness. But the truth is deeper than you've been told. Sleep. Everyone says just sleep more. You need 8 hours, take a nap. But what if I told you you can sleep for 10 hours and still wake up exhausted? Because it's not just about how long you sleep. It's about how deep, how peaceful, and how undisturbed your sleep really is. And right now, millions of people are sleeping, but not recovering. They lie down, their eyes close, but their mind's still running, still thinking, still worrying, still scrolling. So the body rests, but soul never sleeps. Think of sleep like charging your phone. If you plug item, but the cable is broken, it might say charging. But you wake up in the morning and it's still on 12%. That's you. You lie in bed. You sleep for hours, but your nervous system never shuts off. You dream about your stress. You wake up already anxious. You slept, but you didn't heal. Modern life has destroyed natural sleep patterns. Here's why your sleep might be broken. Blue light from phones 2 minutes before bed. Watching violent or fast content before sleep. Sleeping with racing thoughts. Scrolling until your brain is overstimulated. Sleeping too late, too irregular. Waking up to notifications. No wind down routine. Eating sugar close to bedtime. Sleeping in noisy or chaotic environments. All these create what scientists call sleep fragmentation. Your sleep gets interrupted so many times, you don't enter deep recovery mode. The solution: you must retrain your body to trust sleep again. It's not about more hours. It's about better rituals. Start with this. Power down early. No screens for 30 to 60 minutes before sleep. Read, breathe, journal, stretch. Let your brain slow down. Dark plus cool plus quiet. Make your room feel like a cave. Darkness equals melatonin. Cool temperature equals deeper rest. Silence equals nervous system reset. Protect your mornings. No phone for first 15 to 30 minutes. Instead, step outside. Let sunlight hit your eyes. It resets your circadian rhythm and boosts natural energy. Let your thoughts out before bed. Don't go to bed with a head full of chaos. Journal out your worries. Empty your mind. So sleep can truly begin. You don't just need more sleep. You need deep sleep, clean sleep, safe sleep. You need a sleep that heals, not just hides. Because your bed is not a place to escape your life. It's the place where you prepare to live it fully again. Fix your sleep and you'll start to fix your soul. Truth 8. You're living forever alone. Accept yourself. This one is going to hurt, but it's the truth millions need to hear. You're tired, not because you're doing too much, but because you're doing everything for everyone else. You dress the way others expect. You work a job you don't love because it's stable. You post for likes. You say things you don't mean. You go places you don't enjoy. You laugh when you want to cry. You stay silent when your soul is screaming. You're reliving a life that's been approved but not authentic. And that is why you feel so empty. You're tired because you've abandoned your real self so others can feel comfortable around your fake version. You became what they wanted, Dan forgot who you really are. Imagine a candle. Every day you light yourself up to give others light. Your smile lights them up. Your time warms their world. Your support keeps them going. But who is lighting you up? You keep burning and burning until there's nothing left of you. And then one day you whisper, "Wido, I feel so tired, even when I haven't done anything." Because giving up yourself every day is the fastest way to emotional death. When you live for everyone else, you lose your own voice. You no longer know what you want. You feel invisible in your own life. You feel guilty for wanting more. You smile on the outside but feel like a ghost inside. You become an actor in your own story, but the script isn't yours. The solution is time to stop being who they want and start being who you were born to be. Here's how to start. Ask yourself, if no one would judge me, what would I do differently? That answer is the door back to your real self. Do one thing every day just for you. Not for followers, not for parents, not for bosses. Something small but sacred. Say this out loud. I deserve to live for me. Repeat it daily until your soul believes it. You don't need to disappear so others can shine. You don't need to shrink to fit their mold. You don't need to live a life that looks good but feels bad. Because the real you, the one you've been hiding, is tired of waiting. And now it's time to come home to yourself. Truth 9. You mistake comfort for recovery. This is a brutal truth that almost no one talks about, but it's silently destroying your energy, your motivation, and your peace. Let's be honest. You come home from work. You collapse on your bed. You open Netflix. You scroll Instagram. You order food. And you say, "I'm just resting." But you're not. You're escaping. You're numbing. You're disconnecting. And here's the brutal truth. What you call comfort is often just silent self-destruction. Comfort is not the same as recovery. You'll think you're resting, but you're actually avoiding. Imagine your mind is like a car engine. Real rest is turning the engine off. But comfort, the way most people do it, is keeping the engine running while just sitting still. The screen is flashing. The brain is processing. The guilt is building. The dopamine is spiking and crashing. But nothing is healing. You're not refueling. You're slowly burning out insolence. The real problem, fake comfort leads to mindless eating, endless scrolling, emotional numbness, chronic anxiety, spiritual emptiness. And wake up the next day feeling still tired, still foggy, still unmotivated, still ashamed because you didn't rest. You just ran away from real rest. The solution: you'd need more comfort. You need intentional, uncomfortable recovery. Here's how. Redefine rest. Rest isn't just lying down. Rest is anything that makes your mind clearer and your soul lighter. That could be a walk in silence, writing in a journal, deep breathing, a nap without guilt, cooking with love, sitting with your emotions, turning your phone off for 30 minutes. Stop confusing stimulation with restoration. Netflix is stimulation. Instagram is stimulation. Emotional rest is quiet, present, and raw. Give yourself real time to be with yourself. No distractions, no pretending, just you. Even if it's uncomfortable at first, that's where healing begins. You're not tired because you don't rest. You're tired because you didn't rest the right way. You don't need more screens. You need more stillness. You don't need more junk food. You need real nourishment. You don't need more escape. You need reconnection with yourself, your peace. Because comfort might feel good now, but it steals your energy. Choose recovery over relief. Choose healing over hiding. Choose rest that restores you, not just distracts you. Truth 10. You're addictado, avoiding hard things. You're not just tired, you're overwhelmed by everything. You've been avoiding. Let me say something that sounds harsh, but it's real. You don't need rest. You need to stop running from the things you've been postponing for years. Let me explain. Every day you avoid something. The message you haven't replied to. The work you've delayed. The goal you've stopped chasing. The difficult conversation you're scared to have. The clutter in your room. The truth in your heart. You tell yourself, I'll deal with it later. But later never comes. And here's what happens. Each of those avoided things becomes a silent weight inside your mind. They don't disappear. They pile up like files on your computer desktop, like dirty dishes in the sink, like unopened emails in your inbox. Every time you see them, you feel guilt, you feel stress, you feel tired without doing anything. That's not laziness. That's the weight of unfaced responsibility. Imagine you're carrying a backpack. Inside it are unpaid bills, unfinished projects, ignored dreams, unsaid words, daily guilt, secret fears. You try to go for a walk, but the backpack is getting heavier each day. Not because someone's adding to it, but because you never open it. And eventually, you sit down and say, I don't know why I'm so tired. But the truth is, you do know. You're tired of carrying everything you refuse to face. Avoiding hard things makes them grow in your mind, trains your brain, to fear, discomfort, builds guilt and shame, steals your focus, your energy, and your belief in yourself. You don't trust yourself anymore because you know you keep breaking promises to your own soul. The solution: you don't need to do everything today. You just need to stop avoiding. Start with this. Pick one hard thing you've been avoiding. Face it today. Call the person. Clean the room. Reply to the email. So how you feel? Start small, but start now. Make a 10-minute courage rule. Tell yourself, I will do this uncomfortable thing for just 10 minutes. Most of the time, the fear disappears since you begin. Celebrate action, not results. Don't wait until everything is perfect to feel proud. Feel proud because you finally moved. You're not tired because of life. You're tired because of everything you're hiding from in life. Face it, feel the fear, and then take one small step. Because avoiding pain doesn't protect you. It poisons you slowly. Truth 11. You don't know how to say no. This one is especially painful because it's silent. You're not tired because of how much you're doing. You're tired because of how much you're doing that you never wanted to do in the first place. Let's break it down. Every time someone asks for something, you say yes. Even when you're tired, even when you don't have time, even when your soul screams, please, not again. You say, sure, I'll help. Yeah, I'll come. Okay, I'll do it. It's fine, I got it. But it's not fine because inside you're crumbling. And here's the brutal truth. You're not a kind person. You're a tired person who doesn't want to disappoint others. Think of yourself like a phone charger. Your friend asks, "Can I borrow your charger?" You give it. Then someone else seeks, then another, then another. Now everyone's charging their phone, but you're on 2%. That's what happens when you give without limits. People take, not because they're evil, but because you never said stop. When you keep saying yes, you build resentment but can't express it. You feel used even if you were the one who offered. You forget what you want. You lose time, energy, freedom, and worst of all, your identity. And eventually, you crash emotionally, mentally, physically, because you served everyone except. The solution? Learning to say no is not rejection. It's self-respect. Here's how to begin. Pause before saying yes. Just take 3 seconds and ask, do I really want this? Can I actually do this? Will I regret this later? Start with gentle no's. I wish I could, but I can't right now. That doesn't work form. I'm focusing on my health/time family right now. Saying no doesn't make you rude. It makes you honest. Make space for yourself or no one else will. Block out your rest time. Block out your dream time. Block out your silence. Defend it like your life depends on it because it does. You're not tired from doing too much. You're tired from doing too much for others and nothing for yourself. You didn't owe the world your energy. You owe yourself your peace. So say no when it's a no, and say yes to your healing. Because a boundary is not a wall. It's a door, and you get to choose who comes in. Truth 12. You are surrounded by people who drain you. Most people think their tiredness is from work or stress or lack of sleep. But the truth is far more dangerous. You're tired because of the people you allow into your life. Yes, you may not realize it, but energy is not just physical. It's emotional. And some people are silently stealing yours every single day. They don't hit you. They don't scream at you. They may even smile at you. But after talking to them, you feel drained, small, unseen, guilty, worthless, and you don't even know why. They are the friend who only talks about their problems, but never listens to yours. The partner who laughs at your dreams instead of supporting them. The family member who constantly criticizes you, in the name of love. The co-worker who keeps dumping their stress on you like it's your job to fix them. You're not tired because you're doing too much. You're tired because you're constantly giving your energy to people who never give it back. Imagine your energy as a phone battery. You start the day with 100%. But before you even leave the house, a toxic person calls you and complains for 30 minutes. Battery down to 70%. Your parent says, "Why aren't you doing better?" Battery down to 55%. Your co-worker gossips and fills your head with drama. 40%. Your friend texts you only when they need something. 25%. You get home and your partner gives you attitude. 10%. Now it's evening. You've barely done anything for yourself, but you feel like you ran a marathon. That's not your body. That's your circle. Most people won't walk away from toxic relationships. They say, they're my family. They've been in my life for years. It's not that bad. I don't want to hurt anyone. But while you protect their feelings, your energy, your joy, your soul is slowly dying. And guess what? Nobody will thank you for staying small to make them comfortable. The solution? You don't have to cut everyone off. Butu must protect your energy like your life depends on it, because it does. Set boundaries. Learn to say, I'm not available to talk right now. Learn to say, that's not okay with me. Learn to say no without guilt. Spend more time with people who make you feel alive. Even if it's only in line, even if it's only books. Replace one draining voice with one inspiring voice. Audit your circle. Ask yourself, do I feel better or worse after spending time with them? The answer will tell you who belongs in your life and who doesn't. You're not just tired, you're emotionally robbed every day by people you've allowed to stay too close for too long. This is your sign. Protect your peace. Guard your energy. Save your life because you can't feel rested in a room full of people who make your heart feel heavy. Truth 13. You've been pretending to be okay for too long. This one will hurt because it's the truth we're never allowed to say out loud. You look fine. You act fine. You laugh. You show up. You do your work. You smile at strangers. You post photos that look happy. You say, I'm good. But deep down, you're breaking quietly, slowly, secretly. You're tired, not because life is too hard, but because you've been wearing a mask for too long. And let me tell you something brutal. Pretending to be okay is the most exhausting job in the world. You wake up every day and wear your strong costume. You talk like everything's fine. You bury your pain so deep that even you forget it's there. But that pain is still alive, still burning, still leaking your energy drop by drop, day by day. Real life comparison. Imagine a water bottle with a tiny hole. At first, you don't notice it, but hour by hour, it leaks. Until one day, it's empty. Not because someone put it out, but because of a silent, invisible leak. That's you. Every fake smile, every I'm okay. Every moment you swallow your truth to keep the peace, you leak. And eventually, even if you get rest, you feel nothing. No joy, no motivation, no energy, just numbness. When you keep pretending, you lose your identity. You stop asking for help. You forget how to cry. You stop believing things can ever get better. You start calling it laziness when it's actually emotional shutdown. The solution: you don't need to be fixed. You need to be real. You need to stop pretending. Admit the truth, even if only to yourself. Say it out loud. I'm not okay. You don't need to explain. You just need to stop lying to yourself. Find safe spaces. A journal, a therapist, a best friend, a support group, somewhere you can drop the mask and breathe. Rest doesn't mean scrolling or running away. Real rest equals sitting with your... Let them pass. Let them hurt. Let them speak, then let them go. Stop acting strong. Start being honest. Because the strongest people aren't theons who hold it in. They're the ones who finally let it out. You're not tired, Beckers. You're broken. You're tired because you're pretending to be someone you're not. Be real. That's where thy healing begins. Truth 14. You have no routine, so life feels like chaos. Here's the final, most ignored, most tragic truth of all. You're tired. Not because you're too busy, not because life is too hard, but because your life holds no structure. You wake up at different times every day. You eat when you're bored, not when you're hungry. You scroll when you're lost. You sleep when you crash. You work when you're forced to. You avoid what matters. Yahave, no rhythm. And just like a house with no walls, everything keeps collapsing. There's no system, no plan, no anchor, no direction. Just endless reaction, endless confusion, endless exhaustion. Imagine living in a house where the lights turn on and off randomly. You never know when food will come. You sleep in a different room every night. The temperature keeps changing. The water works sometimes and sometimes not. How long could you survive? That's what you're doing to your body and mind every single day. When you live without a routine, your body is confused. Your brain is anxious. Your hormones are lost. Your energy doesn't know when to rise or fall. So what do you feel? Tired, unfocused, unstable, unmotivated, and worst of all, hopeless. The hidden pain of a chaotic life. You constantly feel behind. You never feel in control. You overthink everything. You lose track of your dreams. You waste energy on small decisions. You react to life instead of building it. A life without routine is like a body without a heartbeat. There's no flow, no momentum, no peace, only survival. The solution: build a routine that serves your future. I'm not asking you to become a robot. I'm asking you to build a foundation strong enough to carry your dreams. Create a morning ritual, even if it's 15 minutes. Wake up at the same time every day. Drink water. Move your body. Sit in silence. Write your plan for the day. This small ritual will reset your brain every single day. Block your day into focus zones. One zone for work, one zone for deep rest, one zone for food, one zone for learning, one zone for dreaming. This doesn't have to be perfect. It just needs to exist because a schedule gives your mind a map and your energy a reason to show up. Protect your night like Azakad Temple. No chaos before sleep. No phone the last 30 minutes. Wind down with intention. Write one thing you're grateful for. Forgive yourself for anything you didn't finish. End the day like a champion, so you can begin tomorrow with power. You're not tired because you have too much to do. You're tired because you're doing everything at random. You're tired because you're fighting your day instead of leading it. And every day without structure is a day where your energy leaks without purpose. Build a routine not just to be productive, but to give your energy a place to live, your PC a place to return, and your dreams a place to grow. Because structure doesn't kill freedom. Structure creates it. Now that you've heard all 14 truths, take a deep breath, because now you finally understand why you always feel tired, why rest doesn't help, why motivation never lasts, why you feel heavy even when life looks fine. You're not lazy. You're not broken. You're not weak. You're just human. You've been caring too much, pretending too much, avoiding too much, suffering silently in a world that tells you to just keep going. But no, you know tiredness is not just a physical problem. It's a life problem, and you are not powerless. You have the truth now. You have the mirror. You have its tools. You have the permission to rebuild yourself in a way that's real, sustainable, powerful, and true. So now the only question left is, what will you do next? Will you scroll to the next video and forget everything? Or will you finally say, enough? No more fake rest. No more resonant pain. No more toxic energy. No more escaping my own life. I'm ready, one truth at a time, one habit at a time, one breath at a time. Because I may be tired today, but I will not stay tired forever. Before you go, say this out loud. I'm not broken. I'm just finally ready to heal. Say it again, because this video is not just for watching, it's for becoming. If this video opened your eyes, if ever known truth felt like your story, then don't keep this to yourself. Share it with someone who needs it. Subscribe for more life-changing videos. Join our channel and let's build the best version of your life at